What's going on, YouTube? Up and Adam here, and today I have another Madden 22 video. With Harvest now in-game, the program is there. Lots to do, lots to interact with, engage with. It's nice, for sure. But in this video, I want to show you the rerolls. I want to show you if the rerolls are profitable, what to expect when you do these rerolls, okay? And I'll show you a little bit at the end. I'll show you a little bit about sets and if there's some profit there, how to get some cheap training for these rerolls. So, before we jump into this video, make sure that like button, hit that sub button, turn those noti bells on for more Madden content. As you can see in the binder here, we opened up a ton. A couple, you see an LTD here. I've gotten pretty lucky, but I want to show you some of the data. I want to show you how much the rerolls cost, what to expect, and then I'm going to show you the data to go along with it, so then you can make a decision if you want to go in on them or maybe stay away from them. Up to you completely, but I want to show you the data that I gathered all morning, or sorry, all on Friday. Here they are. Here are the rerolls. 80 plus overall Harvest player for 800 training. Okay, so they're a little bit more than the most feared ones. The most feared were 425, but you were able to get like 78, 79s as well. So here's, you're going to get an 82, an 80, an 82, 84, 86, 88, 90, 92, and then a potential at the 95 LTD, okay? Here is what I'm going to talk to you a little bit about. I'm not going to really open any of the packs. I opened a ton of them. I'm going to show you the data from the stream, okay? And then I'm going to talk to you about like what I would recommend doing with them, okay? And then how you can make some coins off of this potentially. So let's start with the first roll that we had. Okay, so here's our first roll. I have here the 80s, what you can pull. You cannot get any 94s. I'm not sure. They're just in here. They're not, you can't grab them anyways. So they are going for about like 430,000-ish anyways. But you cannot pull any 94s from this, from the reroll, okay? From the 80 plus reroll, you can't get any of the 94s, but you can get 92s, 90s, LTDs, and a bunch of other things. So here's my first roll. I got my cost of training was 13. I bought a lot of my training beforehand. If you watched my video last week, I told you, like, if you want to get in on the Harvest, you want to make coins on Harvest, go buy your training now while it's really, really cheap. I got a lot of my training for 13 coins per at a cost of 800 for each roll. And here's what we got. 25 80s, 25 82s, 21 84, 7 86s, 7 88s, 3 90s, no 92s, but we did get one LTD, which I ended up selling for. I ended up selling mine for, the first one I sold for, I think, 430,000 coins. Okay, so I got one of those. But you can see here, we definitely lost on training. We lost about 35,000 training off of that. But we did gain 50,000 coins without including the LTD in part of that. So we ended up being up 50,000 coins, so not a whole lot after tax. But plus the LTD, we ended up making like 400,000 coins, which is nice. Okay, that was really profitable. And then our second roll, so that was 89 of them. That was 89 pulls. I think that was 73,000 training worth. Our second one was 90 rolls here, and you can see what we got. No LTDs, but we did get 2 92s, 4 90s, a bunch of like 86s and 88s. We ended up making after tax 455,000 coins off of that one. That was a really, really solid roll, and that had no LTDs. There was no LTDs part of that. So another 400K profit is not too bad. Okay, and then we did one last roll, I think of 50,000 training, right? Of 50,000, which was 62 pulls, and we ended up losing coins. Well, again, we did pull an LTD in that 50,000, so we need to add that there, plus another 400,000. So we made, again, another 400,000 coins, give or take a little bit. So we did really, really well. I'm not gonna lie to you, we did excellent. But you can see this roll was a little bit off. We got 192, 190, a few 88s, and a couple 86s. But yeah, this was if I didn't get that LTD there, I would have lost coins. Depending on what we got. If we got like an extra 80 or an 80. Anything before an 86 would have broke us even. Anything above 86 would have broke even. But yeah, anything under an 86 would have been a loss of coins for us. So we did end up making coins on every single roll, but it is starting to become like, if you don't pull like enough like 90s or 92s, you could be in big trouble. And now here is all our rolls today, okay? This was everything. So 241 rolls altogether for me. And you can see the data right here. A lot of 80s, quite a bit of 82s. Okay, I did get 2 LTDs, which are going for, we sold for about 400 each. So that's another 800K on top of the 400 that we made profit out of. So we ended up making about 1.2 million coins off the rerolls. But again, I did get my training for really solid prices. Okay, training has gone up a little bit. You're finding it around like 15 now. So pricing is going up. So make sure you're aware of that. But I did want to just show you how much profit I did make. Again, it seems like you need to pull like an LTD or a bunch of like 92s and 90s in order to really profit. So like I said, I did well. Usually the first release of a program and the rerolls are really solid. Usually there's a lot more profit in the first release than the second when there's more cards going into it, okay? So I guess now is the question of, is it worth it? Should you go in and open up these rerolls? Regardless of what anyone says, rerolls are always risky. Maybe I had a really good, my 3 rolls might have been really solid compared to other people who didn't get that much. I like to roll big quantities, so I kind of like can see a wide range of if there's profit or not. These prices of these like 82s, 84s, 86s, they're gonna keep coming down in price, I assume. So there might be even less profit. Like right now, I'm still haven't sold my 92. I was selling 92s for like 190. I think they've come down to like 180 now. So they are coming down a little bit in price. So you have to be aware of that too. You guys gotta check the prices. If the prices are going down, there might not be as much profit. So I was selling the 90s for about 100,000 earlier. They're coming down to about 90 this time around. So is that worth it? Should you risk your coin on it? Yes and no. I think obviously you gotta be able to risk whatever you feel is necessary. If you have a lot of coins like I do and I had all my training bought earlier on, I'm happy with that risk. I'm really, really happy with what I pulled. And I'm probably gonna stay away from it. But there's other ways to make coins if you don't have millions and millions to spend on rerolls and things like that. I do not recommend you going into the rerolls with like 10,000 training and expecting to like pull an LTD. Because I pulled 2 LTDs in like well over 100,000 training today, like well over 100,000 training. So again, it's not gonna happen, like more likely than not. LTDs will become a little bit more rare as we go, but there's that. So that's one way to try to like make coins, especially if you got your training if you listened to me last week when I said buy as much training as you can in case we get rerolls, which we did. Okay, so there's that, there's one. Another thing you can do with these, because these are flying out of packs and they're in rerolls, you can find 84s, 82s, 80s for really, really cheap. You can find, I was finding these 84s for like 7,000 before. And that means you can build team builders with those. I'm not gonna get into the whole detail of what to do and how to get these cards and stuff like that. I'll leave that for another video, maybe later on in the weekend. But look, 82's going for 4,000 coins. Okay, 80's going for probably around the same, maybe even less, maybe even like, probably even like, I saw them for like 3,000 earlier. Yeah, 3,300 for 80s. Remember, the 88 team builders, there could be some profit. Make sure you look at the spreadsheet that I have and you can fill those out, see if there's profit. I made a few 88s earlier and made about 10,000 per card, so that wasn't too bad. So keep an eye on those. And then the one last thing I want to talk about is going to be if you want to complete the Masters and how to get some cheap training for these rerolls, okay? If you want to go in on it, obviously. I'm not going to tell you to go in or you're guaranteed to make profit, because that's not true. There is a lot of risk when it comes to reroll, so do it at your own risk and only invest in coins or invest in these rerolls however much you're willing to lose, okay? That's what I always say. If you're not willing to lose any of it, don't go into the rerolls because they are very, very risky. My guy Mark, he updated the NCAT calculator here, okay? He updated this on the spreadsheet. I could share it in the description down below if you want it, but it shows how much a champion is selling for, what you get after tax. So for example, this was earlier when we tried this. It was the champions were selling for about 440,000 coins ish. Okay, so we said 437. We bought 3 92s for 180,000. Again, you can find them for a little bit cheaper now as well. So you could just like plug it in here, right? All you gotta do is like press file, make a copy, and you can just edit it yourself. Put in how much you spent, how much you're gonna sell the champion for, and then it's gonna show you how much you make or lose from completing it. So it shows here, to complete this set is going to cost you 541. You're going to sell it for 393 after tax. So you'll lose 96,000 training. However, you do get 3 of those 93 NCATs back. You can quick sell those 3 the 92 harvest cards for 2,500 each, which comes out to 7,500 training. And if you quick sell that, it'll actually, like, you divide how much you lost. So 96,000 divided by 7,500, that comes up to 12 coins per training. Again, before you go in on this as well, put in the values that you see, right? This might change. By the time you see this video, they might not be going for 440,000 anymore. They might be going for 420, 390, okay? And these might be cheaper as well. These might be going up. So always plug the numbers in before you do this. See if it's worth it. If this is going for like under 14 coins per training, I think that's definitely worth it to get your cheapest training value right now. And you can convert that training into rerolls or just cheap training, right? To power up cards and whatnot. Anyways, that's going to be everything for this video. I wanted to show you the odds of the rerolls because I did do quite a bit of them. And I want to show you how you can make some coins sneakily, right? There's some coins to get some cheap training with this set. There's some ways to make coins with the Team Builder 88 right now. As long as you're getting those, you're building it for cheap enough. And you can see those here as well. Go to Team Builder, you can see them over here, okay? If you plug these numbers in, whatever they're going for, you can see if there's profit or not. And you can fill out this sheet right here, how much it costs you to actually build. Because you can definitely get these for way cheaper what they're pricing right now, okay? Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was informative. If it was, make sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button, and turn those notifications bells on so you can get more videos like this moving forward. I'll catch you with another one very soon.